Welcome to the Transform Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Cass Henry, transformation coach and creator of the Surrender Method. My mission? To help you break free from fear, trust your intuition, and take aligned actions so you can create a life you absolutely love. Each week, I'll bring you powerful mindset shifts, surrender strategies, and transformational tools, plus incredible guest experts sharing their wisdom to help you expand, grow, and step into your fullest potential. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hey, my friends, welcome back to the Transform Your Life podcast. I'm so excited you're here today because we're diving into something that's so much deeper than what it seems on the surface: decluttering. But not just your closet or junk drawer or your chaotic kitchen. We're talking about a full life reset. Mental clutter, emotional clutter, digital clutter, relationship clutter, energetic clutter, physical clutter, all of it. Because when you're an ADHD or highly sensitive person, life doesn't feel manageable when one area is out of whack. And if you've ever been feeling stuck in cycles, drowning in stuff, or like no matter how hard you try, things still feel messy, I made this episode especially for you. So, why does why does clutter always come back? So let me ask you a hard question, okay? How many times have you tried to clean everything up, get your life together, and finally feel better, only for it to all unravel again a few weeks later? You start strong, you clean the house, you do a big closet purge, maybe even do a big brain dump in your journal, but somehow life still feels heavy. Here's why. You're decluttering the surface, but what's keeping you stuck is underneath. It's the mental noise you're carrying, the emotional weight you haven't had space to process yet. It's the guilt, the shoulds, the unrealistic expectations, the need tos and the have tos, the subconscious belief that no matter what or how much you do, it's still not good enough. And my friend, that's not your fault. As an ADHD woman myself, I know what it's like to operate in chaos and convince yourself that you should be able to handle it all. And if you're highly sensitive too, your nervous system is on high alert constantly, overstimulated, overwhelmed, and overfunctioning to survive. So if this is you, I'm sending you a big virtual hug. I'm literally wrapping my arms around you in a tight squeeze and allowing us to just sigh together and exhale, because I get it. It is not easy. So breathe in and let it all go. So let's talk about the real cost of clutter for ADHD and HSP people, HSP as in highly sensitive people, because there is a cost to it. And if you don't already know, I'm about to tell you. So let's talk about what it's really costing you to stay in cluttered cycles. Number one is your clarity, because you can't hear your intuition through the noise. You just can't. I was on a call today with a friend of mine, and I was talking to her about how we don't always need these new apps and these new ways of operating from our phones and stuff like that. We really just need to learn how to get quiet and learn how to listen to our intuition. And I think that oftentimes we don't have the answers because we're constantly trying to seek answers outside of ourselves, and we're not trusting ourselves to know the answers. And that's because we're not allowing ourselves to get quiet and get still to receive the intuitive downloads that our intuition has for us. Everyone has an intuition. Everyone's intuition is speaking to them, but not everyone can hear it because the noise that surrounds you. So if you have clutter in your mind or in your home, it's literally blocking your ability to hear your intuition and therefore gain clarity around the things that you want in your life. Number two is your self-trust, because you feel like a failure every time you try to fix it and fall off track. When you're able to build self-trust, everything in your life begins to change. And number three, the other cost of clutter is your confidence, because you're comparing yourself to the women who don't have your kind of brain and body. I was working with a client recently this week, and I asked her, why do you care so much about your home being in perfect shape when your friends come over? Because she was having some people sleep over. And I really felt for her because it is a lot of work to declutter and organize your entire house in order to host people. And I'm always curious like that, hence why I am a life coach and certified NLP practitioner as well as a declutter expert because these things matter. People want to declutter for a reason. They feel like it's going to give them something. And so I was curious as to why she wanted to achieve this outcome. And she said, these people have really nice homes and I don't want them to judge me and I don't have the money yet to renovate my bathrooms and change the flooring and do the things that I want to in my house. So if I can at least declutter my space and have it feel good or look good, then maybe then she won't feel like they are judging her. Now, of course, it's easy for me to say your friends aren't judging you for your home. They really just want to hang out with you, but it's easier said than actually felt. And if this is you, because I get a lot of clients who hire me to have them clean up their spaces before they have family over, before they have friends over, before holidays when they're going to be hosting. And one of the biggest reasons is because they're afraid of what people will think of them and their space. It's not oftentimes because of this thing that they want for themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, they do want to have less clutter in their home. However, a lot of the time, the driving factor is because they're afraid of judgment. What will people think of me? And it saddens me and it makes me feel really sad for people because I feel like if they knew that people weren't actually judging them, then maybe they wouldn't put so much pressure on themselves. People aren't walking into your house and necessarily judging you because of your clutter pile. Maybe they're like, oh, thank goodness she is also human too, and she also has piles of clutter in her home. We are the same people because I'm in homes every single day almost. And you guys, I gotta tell you, everyone has clutter. Even if you walk into this beautiful mansion, which I've been in beautiful mansions, they have a lot of space to be able to store stuff. Okay. Just because their main areas aren't cluttered, are you looking behind every single closet, under every single bed, in every single storage room in the basement? Probably not. And chances are there is stuff shoved in those areas just the same as in your space. Just maybe you don't have as many spaces to shove stuff. Maybe those spaces are full and therefore the clutter is now exploding on the surfaces. And maybe if you have ADHD, you are an out of sight, out of mind kind of person. So, anyways, I'm doing what I usually do, and that's going off on a tangent. So, let's reel it back in. The real cost of clutter for ADHD and HSP women is your clarity, your self trust, and your confidence. Okay. And then what? You start believing lies like, I'm just disorganized. I never follow through. I must not be disciplined enough. And that is not the truth. So stop saying things like that. What's actually happening is that you've never been given the right tools for your brain and your nervous system. That's it. And that's exactly what I'm teaching this Sunday in a free 45-minute webinar called the Full Life Reset, Decluttering Your Life from the Inside Out. Now, I created this Full Life Reset webinar and a declutter challenge that I'm also hosting inside the Inner Circle. If you are interested in joining, we are starting in June. I created this because the last 9 years as a professional home organizer, what I've seen over and over again is that clutter is never just about the stuff. You guys, I get to be in clients' homes with them for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time. We talk about stuff. And let me tell you, everyone is going through stuff and the clutter is showing up externally. And so if I was able to help you with your internal clutter, I guarantee you the external clutter will start to clear itself up. Women would hire me to organize their homes, and we'd end up having conversations about trauma, people pleasing, burnout, and deep rooted fears. Fears of not feeling good enough, fears of not feeling lovable, fears of failing, and resentment that people have. And that causes clutter to build on the surfaces. And then when I realized that people don't really need more tips and hacks and Pinterest boards, we need to learn how to listen to our nervous system. We need to let go. That's what I teach inside my Surrender Method program that I'm relaunching in July. Surrender, let go to let in, not just of the stuff, but of the pressure and the guilt and the patterns that don't serve us anymore. When I was speaking with a friend of mine today, she was really being hard on herself and She was talking about her clutter piles and things like that, and speaking as if she wants everything to be perfect. And I was just wondering, like, what it must feel like to have this need to be perfect. And then I realized that I also used to have the same standard for myself until I got to know myself a little bit and knew that's just not my personality. I will never have all the laundry washed and put away at all times. And I will never have my towels completely folded perfectly in color coded order because that's just not a value of mine anymore. I don't strive for perfectionism. I have different values and standards for myself, and that allows me to let go of the pressure, to let go of the guilt, and to let go of needing to always be busy and to be doing things. And by recognizing my patterns, by recognizing that I'm doing these things only out of a need to look a certain way or whatever it may be, it actually freed me. It freed up so much for me. Now that I can actually be present with my son, I can actually stop working at certain moments throughout the day, not feel like I'm going to become behind or I'm not doing enough. I've realized that by letting go of these certain unrealistic expectations and pressures of myself, I'm actually able to enjoy life so much more. And by doing this kind of work, by when I help my clients through my NLP life coaching, when I help them with decluttering, not just their external, but their internal clutter as well. And when I'm helping people inside my inner circle community, as well as these webinars and trainings and the podcasts, I get to help people free themselves from these unrealistic expectations that they've placed on themselves unknowingly that have just been running in the background of their minds. And the result that they get in their lives are absolutely life changing. Not even what a lot of times they come to me for, but they get so much more out of the work together. Maybe some people will come to me for their clutter and they'll leave with a completely transformed life on the inside. And then the external clutter just is a byproduct of doing that work. But sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And I have the opportunity to see beyond the surface when you have conversations with me, and I get to pay attention to you, to the words that you choose to use in your thought patterns and all of that. So it's really fascinating. So I help ADHD and HSP women like you do exactly that, to let go of not just the stuff, but the pressure and the guilt and the patterns that don't serve you anymore. So this Sunday, on June 1st, I'll be walking you through my 3-part full life reset framework to help you figure out where your stuckness is coming from, understand what you actually need to let go of, and take the first clear, doable step towards feeling free again, because it's not about being perfect, okay? In fact, that's boring. Being perfect or trying to achieve that is boring. We're not meant to be perfect, okay? But I feel like so many people don't realize why they're feeling driven to be perfect. And there's so much under the surface. And again, that's not the same for everybody. So that's a conversation to be had. And that's the kind of work that I love to do with you. This is about learning how to create a life that supports the real you, not the version that you think you should be or that you need to be in order to fit in or to belong or to be loved or to be enough. So that's what the webinar on Sunday is going to do for you, to help you figure out your stuckness, understand what you actually need, and figure out a first doable step towards feeling free again. The replay will be available, so you can click the link in the show notes to sign up. And if you're able to watch on live, I will be giving away a bonus for those of you that attend live. And if you catch the replay, it will be available for a short period of time afterwards. I will send it to you for whoever signs up. And if you join the inner circle, that replay will live on inside the inner circle. So the June challenge and how to join. Many of you have been asking me about the Decluttering June challenge that I'm hosting. After the webinar, I will be inviting you into that challenge, and that's the June full life declutter challenge inside my membership called the Inner Circle. So it's actually only $49 to join for the month, and you'll get access to live coaching calls, weekly focus areas, such as for only the month of June, we'll be doing the decluttering challenge. So physical, emotional, digital, and energetic clutter. You have community support and celebrations. You have a challenge to see who can create the biggest before and after in their life, which is so much fun. And the tool is designed for your brain and your nervous system as an ADHD or HSP person, or perhaps both. I am both because I've been doing this for 9 years, helping people declutter from the inside out. And I can guarantee you will walk away with some sort of win. And it really just depends on how big that win is that you'll allow for yourself. So, this challenge is about progress and not perfection. Okay. It's going to be fun, it's going to be healing, it's going to be transformative. And you can join for just June if you want, just for the challenge, or you could stay in the membership afterwards if you love it. No pressure, of course. There's just these options. So, if you're feeling like life is too full, too heavy, or too scattered, this is your invitation to take a breath, okay, as a group with women who get you. And you can also, so you can join me this Sunday morning for the webinar. You can come, it's for free, and we can start clearing out the clutter that's been weighing you down. And like I said, the link is in the show notes. Or you can also go to casshenry.mykajabi, mykajabi.com/reset, RESET. Listen, my friend, you don't have to do it alone anymore. You're certainly not broken, and you just need a reset that actually works for you. So I will see you on Sunday. And if you decide to join before then, we are actually doing the first in-person meetup for the Inner Circle on Sunday evening at 6 p.m., which is going to be so much fun because a lot of these online community memberships are virtually only. And so if you are local to Ottawa, then you can actually meet some of these women in person and you get to meet the people behind the screens, which is so exciting. So anyways, I would love to see you inside the webinar as well as inside the June Decluttering Challenge inside the Inner Circle. And if this podcast was of value to you, be sure to share it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. That would really help me. And please leave a review if you've been enjoying this podcast. If anything stood out to you, I believe we're at like 79 episodes and I'm just over the moon. So grateful for all of you who listen. It would mean the world to me if you could take a moment and just leave a review, a 5-star review, because I don't do this for any sort of money. I just really enjoy giving you this value. And so it would go a long way if you could do that for me. So do me a solid. Pause this, or as soon as this is done, just take a moment and leave a 5-star review in the world and then share it with someone who you think it would be of value to. Anyways, I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself a big warm hug because you deserve it and you're doing way better than you think. Thank you again so much for listening to another episode of the Transform Your Life podcast, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to another episode. If this resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs this message. Want to go even deeper? Download my free Surrender Manifest Masterclass. It's packed with powerful tools to help you surrender, trust, and take aligned action. Grab it now through the link in the show notes. And if you're ready to stop second-guessing yourself, finally break free from fear, and step into the life that's been waiting for you, join me inside the Surrender Method. This isn't just another program, it's a life-shifting experience that will completely transform the way you see yourself, your decisions, and your future. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Follow me on Instagram at _CassHenry for daily inspiration, and let's keep the transformation going. Until next time, trust, surrender, and take aligned action. Your dreams are waiting.